Yeah, we started Writerz Blok in around 1999. I started as Graph Creek. I started as a way to minimize vandalism in this community. We're in partnership with the Jacobs Family Foundation. They're an organization here helping the community redevelop the whole community and for residents to take ownership. So traditionally, this neighborhood, southeastern San Diego, is known for its gangs, violence, things of that nature. So graffiti has always been a big issue in this community. So back then, like 15 years ago, you know, I was one of the kids, youth in this community that was painting all over this neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, being part of crews, being part of different, you know, cliques, just to see where you fit in, you know, as a kid, as a teenager, adolescent. So we would paint all around this whole community until the Jacobs Center, they hired Chicano muralists to go out in the neighborhood and identify who was doing the tagging. So they put together a program, like a class, so youth in this community can learn about art, learn about the values of art, and practice graffiti art in a positive way and productive way. So they gave us this space, of other spaces, but this is the space that we came to in 2005, where you know, they let us kind of do whatever we wanted with it. So we decided to have a space where we can build walls and have a location where people can come out, paint their graffiti, paint their art, but do it in a productive way and in a way where they can inspire and be creative, and also showcase the talent that's in this community and how talented these artists are.
So how long have you guys been drawing, painting?
Since 98. For me, 98. But it's on and off. You know.
Life gets in the way.
Life gets in the way. It started like high school.
Uh-huh.
Like freshman year of high school. That's when you really get, like, you know, really young.
And where were you typically painting?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. Everywhere. When you're young, you know, you start venturing out everywhere. So wherever you can get your hands on, or where you can catch a spot. That's where,
And when did you start painting here?
It's been a while since.
Yeah, no face.
So I guess if you could sort of define what graffiti means to you.
Oh, that's a tough one, yeah.
I tell you it's not stenciling, I'll tell you that right there.
It depends, I mean, how you look at it, because, like, I mean, for a lot of people, it's a way out, you know what I mean? It's an escape. But then for a lot of people, it's a way, like, to, like, fuck the man almost, you know what I mean? The whole anti-government, anti-whatever,
Yeah.
kind of stick it to the man kind of deal. So it really depends, man. Like, because I started like that. I started fuck the man, but then I realized everybody kept telling me, it's like, hey, what you do on the sketchbook, you should try applying it to a wall.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about it like that, you know? I always was go out there and cause as much havoc as you can, you know, when you're young. Oh man. See, my style, like I wouldn't know how to call it because I vary. Like I try to switch it up because I'm one of those like I see the same thing is just too boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people do letters and that's all they stick with, and that's all they can do. You know what I mean? So I did that way too long, just following letters, and it just got boring. You know, so I'm like, you know what? Let me start like people said, do what you do with your sketchbook on the wall. Doing different things, and now I did it. You know, the fox one, the fox girl on that wall. That's mine. So that's like I said, it's different styles. So I don't know. My style, I paint. My style, I paint with shadows. So see a lot of people have to color and everything. See all the little lines and then color everything in. You know what I mean? Kind of like they're doing coloring book. With me, is I see it and I do it more like how I do in sketchbook. You know, I see it and I apply that to the wall. So it's like I paint my shadows so you can see. Like I don't do the hard lines. Mine are little white shadows.
Yeah.
At the end. If it's illegal, you don't have time. I mean, you don't have time. So it's kind of it's called what's like you either hit up, or it's kind of you write your name. That's where you have the difference. You know,
Yeah.
like when you see that trash can, those are hit ups. Just people just go in, write their name, walk out as
Yep.
fast as they can. Or then there's bombing, which is basically essentially you just walk in with a couple more colors, and you just write your name, kind of like you see that one right there. That's called a bomb. Like super quick. You just go in there, bomb it. Basically, that's why it's called a bomb. You just
Yeah.
throw in your grenade, pop, get out of there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of essentially it's like it depends on what you're doing. You know, if it's illegal, obviously people just get addicted to the rush of it. You know what I mean? It's that adrenaline. So it's like that's why you really get it. You know, and then you want to stick it to the man kind of deal. You know, just getting away with it, just all of it, just adds up. You know, but like I said, it's like. Then that's when you have to transition. You know, some artists like me and him, you just get older, so you got to really think about your future.
Yeah.
It's like, if I get caught, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? Do not like him.
Really?
Yeah, not a fan.
How come?
Well, the thing is, like with Banksy, see, I respect his message.
Yeah.
Like his message behind is fucking genius. The message behind every of his work is amazing. Like it hits the people. You know what I mean? That's what he wants. He wants to cross a message. But Banksy, in a way, it's kind of like spits at graffiti, because any stencil work really spits at graffiti. I think because it's like this guy, myself, a lot of artists, like we take our time and really fucking tune our technique. You know what I mean? With the spray paint, that's why they call it can't control, because you need all those years to build that. You know, not anybody can go at a wall, because it's like, what the fuck am I doing? So in a way, it's kind of like, to me, being stuck at the beginning. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, stencil work, it's tedious, but essentially not hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I can teach somebody to stencil. You know what I mean? I can teach you to stencil.
Yeah.
It's tedious work, but essentially it's not hard. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if you take a black book, a sketchbook, this guy, and you take it to him, and you're like, hey Banksy, I like your work. Will you mind doing something on my black book? Which a lot of artists do. Like if I'm painting here, you'll get kids and like, oh, paint something for me, you know?
Yeah.
They'll paint something. But see, he cannot do that because it's out of his realm. It's out of his world. He cannot get a Sharpie and something really cool. He feels like, oh, let me get a stencil, you know?
Yeah.
Which, like I said, it's not his, it's a different way of painting. So it's kind of, I don't know. I just feel for myself, it's like, this society right now is like, it's on the quick, you know what I mean? It's like everything is about having everything faster, quicker in front of you.
Yeah.
So people don't like really look of all the work behind. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that looks cool, but it's like,
How long?
this
did it
yeah,
take
it's
him?
like this took me a week to do, when Banksy took him 3 days, 2 days to do. So it's kind of like that essential behind the word kind of deal. So it's like, I don't know. That's kind of where a lot of artists like, you know, conflict.
no idea what the fuck it means. Like, it
Yeah.
could mean nothing. And that's
Yeah.
the thing about graffiti is sometimes you try really hard to
Yeah.
figure out what it means, and maybe the artist
Doesn't want you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't, or maybe he wants you to sit there and be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Exactly. That's the point. But I think that's any artist though. It's like you want them to feel something out of it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people see it and like, what the fuck is that? But it's like, but then other people like me and him, we can read it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's meant for the people that can understand it.
It's sort of like just its own discourse community, you know? People that are in it know what it means. People that
Exactly.
aren't in it have no
Exactly.
idea what's going on.
Exactly. So it's kind of, yeah. But then it's like, but then it can be appreciated. I mean, that's kind of when it takes like artists like me, these guys who will put the colors in, will put the effort, will put, you know what I mean? Because even if you can't read it, you can appreciate its beauty. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, that looks amazing. I don't know what the fuck it says, but it looks amazing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, man. Like, it's just how you look at things. Every person will get different feelings off of different things. You know. So it's like he said, like a lot of people can read that stuff, but then to us, it's easy.